These 3 speaking habits were wrecking my confidence. I talk too much, I rush my words, and kill conversation before they even started. But when I change these, everything shifts. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you how to pause with power, match energy to connect, and stop over explaining so people actually listen. So let's fix this now. There was a time where I was on a work call with a bunch of executives, and I finally unmuted to share an idea, and I started rambling, trying to explain why I was saying it, how I came up with it, just kind of talking in circles. And when I finished, silence. Then somebody else just jumped in with their idea like I'd never spoken. That moment sucked. It made me question myself, and I realized I needed to fix how I spoke, not just what I said. But that wasn't the only time. I spoke in front of the Houston Council before, publicly. Even though I practiced, my heart was pounding during that time. My voice crackled a few times and I stumbled mid-sentence. And afterwards, I felt like I had to go clarify what I meant when I was talking to them. And it didn't land the way I hoped. Same thing happened when I was presenting business slides to lenders. I knew the content inside out, but because I rushed through it, it came off like I wasn't confident in the business opportunity. At the end, they asked questions that I have already answered when I was talking to them, which told me that they weren't fully engaged, or worse, they just weren't impressed. And even on a company-wide Zoom meeting, I tried to explain something clearly, but I end up over-explaining or talking too fast, and I felt that regret after I hung up, like, man, I didn't sound like a leader just now. And that's when it really hit me. It wasn't just nerves, it was my habits. How I spoke was getting in my own way. And that's what pushed me to finally fix it. So now I'm gonna walk you through the 3 habits that I had to break. So let's go. Habit number 1, I simply didn't pause, like ever. I thought I had to respond fast to look smart, but that rush, it came from insecurity, not confidence. See, when you respond immediately, it can feel like you're scrambling for approval, like you're afraid the silence means you're losing the room. But confident people, they pause. They take a beat, sometimes even a full breath, and it shows presence. It tells people, I'm not just reacting, I'm thinking. And people respect that. When I started doing this, I noticed people waited for me to speak, and I paused for a second or two, looked them in the eye, and then respond. It was subtle but very powerful, and even with my daughters, they listen more when I slow down and I pause before I speak. And if this is already helping you rethink how you speak, hit that like button and subscribe so more dads can find this video too. Habit number 2, I didn't match people's energy. This one flew under the radar for me for a few years. I either come in too low, like monotone or disconnected, or I overcompensate and I come in way too strong, trying to sound confident. But either way, people fell off, like something wasn't clicking. Here's what I learned. People just don't hear your words, they feel your vibe. If someone is calm and measured, and I show up hype and pushy, they're gonna back off. It felt like too much for them. If someone's energetic and playful, and I come in very flat, they're gonna feel disconnected. But when I started to match their vibe just a little bit, conversations flow better. People felt comfortable, they opened up. It's not about faking anything, it's just about being present enough to adjust and meet people where they are at. Even when I'm talking to my kids, if they're upset or overwhelmed, I can't come in yelling and commanding. I gotta match their energy first and then lead them from there. That's communication that connects. This one right here was ruining everything. I used to feel like I had to justify every sentence, like I had to give the whole backstory, qualifying everything I said, making sure nobody misunderstood me, like ever. But here's the thing. The more I over-explain, the less people listen. It made me sound unsure, even when I wasn't. And deep down, I wasn't trying to protect myself from being judged, from being wrong, from conflict. But confident people don't need to do that. They say what they mean and stop talking. No need to wrap it up in a million maybes and I thinks or just in case phrases. Once I cut that out, my words felt heavier, like they landed. People took me more seriously. I used to explain my reasoning to my kids way too much, thinking it would make me a better dad. But what it really did was confuse them. Now I give clear directions to them and I swear, they actually respond better now. Let's just do like a quick comparison. Here's how I used to answer a simple question. So when someone asks me, what do you think? I start off with, well, I think maybe we should try this approach. I mean, it might not work, but I was just thinking maybe it was worth testing, you know? Versus my other response where I say, yeah, I think this approach could work. Let's try it and adjust. You see the difference in that? One is nervous and the other is very clear. And that second version just takes way less energy to do. Look, those 3 habits seem small, but they change how people see me and how I see myself. If you're a single dad like me, you know we gotta lead by example at home, at work, in life, and how we speak is a big part of that. And if you're ready to upgrade how you communicate in real life, book a coaching call with me using the link in the description. It's worth it if you're serious about growth. Keep crushing it, and I'll catch you in the next video.